Dead Season is a mysterious podcast for D&D nerds hosted by Knocked Prone.
Find more ways to support our show in the episode description.
In a realm beyond the living, a group of spiritual souls, sleuthing through death's mystery, fate decided by dice rolls. Like when it knocked on your beating heart, and now your souls can't depart. Dead season is nigh, cries of smoking gun in the doors. Talroth, Zelbrath Wilderton, Knocked Prone!
The forest, once alive with the sounds of nature, is now in this silent distress. Moosey Moose lay in the corner of this bramble of tree roots and is huddled and trembling, and you can see through Javi's RC monitor that you have controlling Finn, Javi. Moosey Moose is paralyzed with fear. The atmosphere is thick with tension as you start hearing the goblins closer and closer as their yips echo throughout the ancient woods. What would you all like to do?
Looking through the monitor screen, do we see any way out? Like, do we see how Moosey Moose had gotten into that mess of roots and branches and everything?
Yes, there is a small, I won't have you roll it. There's a small inlet of tree roots that looks to be small enough for a creature like a direwolf to get in.
So we've established that we have like an RC tablet screen that
Yes.
Javi can see through
Yes.
Finn's eyes, but I like to think that Finn's personality is still in control.
Totally.
Right? So Finn will see Moosey Moose down there. He'll drop down and crawl over over to Moosey Moose and get his attention and just...
Yeah, he'll get that.
Yeah.
Donnie from the Wild
And then
Thornberries.
start flying out the trail, trying to get him to follow.
Roll me an Arcana check.
I'm
With
not even
disadvantage.
sure if Moosey Moose can see Finn, but we'll see. Disadvantage 18.
Wow, okay.
Well done.
With an 18, Moosey Moose is going to look at Finn, watch Finn exit, and start to crawl afterwards. However, as Finn gets closer to this exit, you're watching through the tablet, you are seeing that the goblins have seemed to have found this small inlet. Zell, go ahead and make me a perception check for the goblins.
Ooh, for the goblins with the D20?
With the D20.
8.
An 8? Okay. Mason, go ahead and roll me stealth for Moosey Moose.
7.
So it's going to tie, so I'm going to need a roll off. So both of you roll again.
Roll off.
Mason for Moosey Moose, Danny for the goblins.
Natural 1.
Yeah!
Nice.
Oops. Did I do that? Another 7.
Another 7?
Yep.
All right. The goblins are going to... And then they throw the spider of Finn back into the tree roots because they thought with the tie they thought that Finn was Moosey Moose for a moment. But it appears that Moosey Moose has flown under the camouflage of Finn. What would you like to do now?
So Moosey Moose is still trying to make his way out of the tree roots? Is that what's happening?
Yes, he was following after Finn. He has now paused because the goblins are right outside the trees.
We are also standing here.
Yes.
So do the goblins see us?
No.
Because it's memory. Is that why? Okay.
So can we alter the terrain? Like, can we create an opening without the goblins seeing? Have we established that yet?
You can certainly try.
I think, first off, Finn, after getting grabbed, seen by the goblins, thrown back, he's going to immediately scatter back down the tunnel and into the open area that he initially found Moosey Moose.
Yes.
And I think Javi, having seen that, will just, through the monitor, will just say, "We need to make an opening for them right now! Jai, do some of your magics! The roots, the trees! Use the wind!
The wind.
Fly!
I think you overestimate the power I have over the wind, but I can think of something.
Jai, you are the wind!
I am the wind.
the lack of confidence. You're the wind!
So just for a moment, like internally, Chai's thinking about some of the abilities she has, multiple of which could catch it on fire, which she does not want to do. So for a moment, she's going to have this realization of creativity, because I believe this is the first time this has come up in the campaign. And she is going to take out her dance ribbons that she has that are a part of the festival, and she's going to use them to whip at the tree roots and see if she can rip them up using the dance ribbons that she has.
Absolutely.
Because I do plan on using the dance ribbons as a weapon, as the equivalent to a whip.
Go ahead and roll me a demolition check for breaking these tree roots. Demolition is your strength plus your investigation, but since your weapon is a dexterity-based weapon, I'll allow you to use dexterity instead of strength in this instance.
Okay, so dexterity plus
Investigation. Yes.
Okay, so a solid +1.
Nice.
Yes.
5!
With
Confidence.
a 5, your ribbons are going to wrap around this tree root and are going to limply fall to the ground. And you are unable to break it, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, Javi. That was probably a bad idea.
I have an idea, and I would like to reach out and try to touch the root. I will cast Ray of Sickness.
You all see Talroth extend his hand towards these tree roots. Talroth, tell me what this magic looks like.
I'd actually like to flavor it as me holding down my lantern and my wisp glowing a dark green, and then a laser just shooting out of it and hitting the roots. And yes, it is a sickish green beam of energy.
So the tree is going to wither away as your wisp returns to your lantern, and the roots are going to clear a path from this sickening radiance as they like shrivel away from the grossness of the sickening radiance. And actually, Talroth, as your wisp returns to you from helping Finn, go ahead and make me a perception or investigation check, your choice.
I will choose perception. Natural 20 for a 24.
Absolutely. All right. With a natural 20, you're going to get some extra information.
Ooh.
Talroth, with a natural 20, your Will of Wisp returns back from helping Finn. This Will of Wisp has turned, after you cast your Sickening Radiance, it goes from this deep green hue to an icy blue color, and it's letting off an immense amount of steam or fog or something that is just drooping to the ground outside of your lantern. With a natural 20, you are going to be able to discern. This is your Will-O-Wisp's way of letting you know that the memory portal that you used to get into this memory has reopened, but will close soon if you don't get there in time.
I see. The spirits are informing me that we have a limited amount of time remaining. We need to get back to the main center of the goblin encampment and exit through the portal we entered. Now.
What about Moosey Moose?
Javi will. How big is the space between the roots? He just opened up the roots.
Yes.
How big is the space down to Moosey Moose?
It's big enough that you, without your suit, could fit in, but it is not big enough that you, with your suit, could fit in. However, you
can
would know
Javi
that
get down onto his? Yeah. Can he get prone?
Yeah, you can get prone.
Reach his arm in and try to grab Moosey Moose and lift him out.
Yeah, you can do that.
It's like his armored suit, just like the, you know, grab him, pull him out.
Absolutely. So you pull Moosey Moose out. You now know that there is a bit of a time crunch.
We can't touch him.
What?
Right, I just wanted to. I was kind of more curious to see if we could actually physically move Moosey Moose in this memory.
He's not part of the memory.
Even still, though,
not originally.
With the sound of goblin footsteps close by, you all hear the of Sveb's souped-up suit that Talroth, you would know, has a immaculate tracking system. So we are going to go into a little mini game called Spooky Sprint. So you are all trying to exit this forest to get back to the memory portal to try to deliver Moosey Moose out of this soul memory. Spooky Sprint is played as follows. You each will start off the turn by telling me one of your 6 actions that you want to do. Your 6 actions are dash, set up decoy, split the party, create traps, and camouflage. Sorry, that's 5 actions. You are trying to sneak Moosey Moose and Shrubby through this enchanted forest without being caught by Sveb, this super-suited goblin hunter who is looking for you. The party has a limited number of rounds to navigate the forest in this chase scenario, all while the portal to your previous memory is starting to close behind you. Each of you need 4 dash points in order to get out of this forest, in order to be considered safe from Sveb, who is tracking Moosey Moose. The main action that you will need for this game is the dash action. It's needed to escape the forest. You'll make stealth checks with disadvantage. It raises the detection meter by 1d4 on a success or by 1d10 on a failure. A success will also yield 1 dash point. You are trying to get 4 dash points without being detected by Sveb. If Sveb detects you, if the detection meter gets up to 50 points, Sveb will start to attack Moosey Moose. Your goal basically is not to be spotted, not to create too much disturbance so that Sveb cannot find Moosey Moose, and you all can get safely out of this memory portal.
Can I just say how
ready.
helpful each of
Yeah.
these instructions
Yeah.
are for
Thank you.
each of us?
Yeah.
This is
And-
awesome.
And they're all handwritten.
Yeah.
You took your time.
So, like, hello, that's so nice.
I do this sometimes. I just want you guys to know what you could do. You need 4 dash points to get out of the forest. The next action you can take is the setup decoy. You'll need to pass a successful sleight of hand check, and a success drops the detection meter by 1d6. Split the party is a deception check. Success causes Sveb to have disadvantage on his perception roll. Create traps is a nature check. Success raises detection by 1d6, so that raises detection, not lowers. But if it's successful, Sveb will lose his next turn of perception checks.
And what does he roll for his checks?
He rolls a d20 at the
Okay.
end of each round to perceive. For instance, if he got a natural 20, he would have 20 points gained.
Okay, so I see the
Towards the-
value of the
Oh.
create traps because
Yeah, to
even though
lower
it
that
rolls
number.
1d6 is a lot lower than a d20.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly. And then the final one is camouflage, which is a performance check. Success drops your detection meter by 1d12, but the party member camouflage loses 1 dash point. You can also go negative. So if you think like, oh, one person's just going to constantly use camouflage, they will go -1, -2, -3, and they have to get to 4 before they can get out of the forest. Questions?
This split the party that uses deception. The giving Sveb disadvantage, is that only for 1 round?
Yes.
'Kay.
Yes, so splitting the party will give Sveb disadvantage for 1 round. Sveb needs to, with his d20 checks, his perception checks, needs to get to 50 detection points. If he gets to 50 detection points, he will start attacking Moosey Moose. Moosey Moose is a familiar, has very low hit points. That is the stakes that are here.
'Kay.
So is everyone ready?
Ready.
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 Let's go in a clockwise order. So, Chai, what action would you like to do first?
Here's my thought. I feel like maybe 1 person per round, or at least if you have a decent roll on this, should consider doing the one that gives Sveb disadvantage, because then that could be an
I have
ongoing
a good.
thing.
I have +3.
I do as well. I have
I
plus
have
2 or
good
3.
sleight of hand. So if we ever wanted to just get detection down, I think I could be helpful there, but the rest of them I'm not great at.
Yeah, let's. That's what I'm thinking. Is like we can just switch off so that we're all kind of getting turns. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna try dashing. Stealth with disadvantage is looking scary for me. I got a 4.
Okay, roll me a d10.
10.
10, full 10. All right, the detection meter goes up by 10 as you trip and fall, and a huge flurry of leaves goes up into the air as you dive into this pile of leaves. And with that, Javi, what would you like to do for your action?
Javi's gonna dash. 6.
Does not pass. Go ahead and deal with me a D10.
Should we just turn and fight?
Yeah, that's right.
Who is feeling that? 10.
No. No.
Y'all.
You've now reached 20 on the detection meter.
It's
As-
slippery out here, Chai.
Yeah, you slip and fall too. Same pile of leaves.
I think maybe we should try being quiet. That seems like maybe the move.
And with that, Talroth, what would you like to do for your action? You have 20 out of 50 detection points on the board right now.
I will do split the party, and I will run opposite the direction that they are. Not opposite, but like if they're going straight, I want to run at like an angle. And
So
then
Zelbrath sees these two fall on their faces, and Talroth like, boom, going the other way.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
And then I'm going to yell out and just say, Sveb, they are not your concern, my friend. Just to try to have him focus on me instead of...
Can Sveb hear him?
We don't know.
But it's a deception check.
Yeah,
so
go
that's,
ahead and roll me a
that's the
deception
flavor
check.
for
I
it.
see.
20.
With a 20, that will pass.
21.
So with a 21, that is going to be a success. Sveb will have disadvantage on his perception check for the round. Zell, what would you like to do with your turn?
Zelbrath seeing them fall, and Talroth go and try to lure Sveb the other way. I'm gonna quickly set up like a fake reason why like there was like the explosion of leaves here, and like try to rip a couple branches, make it look like a tree fell over. So I'm gonna do camouflage.
Camouflage.
Which is a performance.
Performance check. Go ahead.
It's going to be 16.
A 16 will pass. So go ahead and give me a D12.
1.
With a 1, you're going to go from 19 or 20 to 19 on the detection scale.
Guys, we've got it. He doesn't know anything. I sat like a rock by all the leaves, like, he think it fell.
The goblins peer at the leaves and go, huh.
They see a hovering rock, go over and get set down next.
So Sveb is going to roll at disadvantage now. He gets a 6 and a 15, so he will take that 6. So you are at 25 of 50
Halfway
at the
there.
end of round 1.
Whoa!
Chai, what would you like to do with your turn?
I'm going to try to split the party.
Okay.
Roll some deception. Quack! 5.
A 5 will not pass, but you don't accrue any negative attributes. You just book it into the forest.
Great. Love
And
that for me.
with that, Javi, what would you like to do with your turn?
Before I say,
Okay.
listen. What's going on behind us? Do we know? We know there's Sveb.
Yep.
Is there like just a ton of goblins there with him too, or like what is?
Yes.
The current
there is a
what's
hunting,
going on?
There's a hunting party of goblins joining Sveb. However, Sveb with his high-tech armor is scanning a laser like Buzz Lightyear over the entire forest, trying to find things that are out of place.
Can I insight the armor that Sveb is wearing, his tracking device, if it has any deficiencies?
Go for it.
Ooh.
Anything that would help us trick
Yeah,
it?
Go for it.
14.
With a 14, you would know that a previous version of your armor had the quirk of sometimes it would malfunction if it got wet.
Okay, and then Javi will use the dash action.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
11.
With an 11, roll me a d10.
Oh. Okay, guys. What do we think about fighting?
I mean, I think it's going to be...
I don't think it's going to be our choice for long.
Yeah.
So do we want to make the choice? 8?
Oh, easy. That's only 27. Barely above half.
I think it's...
Wait, no, wait.
35.
No, that's higher.
33.
Sorry.
33.
I didn't add
You are
that.
at 33 of 50. Talroth, you are up.
I will try to dash.
Okay, go for it.
We have not done well on mini games so far.
No.
This is number 2, right?
Last time we at least started confident.
We really quickly changed our
Oh
mind.
no.
5.
5 will not pass, unfortunately. Go ahead and roll me a d10.
3.
So you guys are at 36 of 50 currently. This is going very different than what I thought it was going to.
We
so
are
this is
rolling
cool.
really bad.
This is cool. Zell, you are up.
How does Sveb's turn work? If I
Sveb does
get
a
to know.
perception check on his turn.
and it adds
It's a d20 roll.
just like does that d20 and its add
Right.
just goes straight to the points.
Yep.
So like if he rolls high, potentially
So
he could catch
for
us this
instance,
turn.
if he got he's got 36 right now. If he got 14 on his perception, he would find you or find Moosey Moose.
All right, well then, because it didn't work the other time, I'm gonna do the split the party.
Okay,
To try to make the deception successfully here.
Yeah.
wonderful.
20.
20. All right,
go.
with a 20
Yay.
deception, but you successfully run into the woods.
I like to think Zell can throw his voice. Like,
Let's go this way. Way.
That will give Sveb disadvantage. That's a 4 and a 13. So that will be straight 40. That is the end of Sveb's turn. As you hear Sveb, I can hear them. They're close. And with that, you are up, Chai.
I'm gonna
No,
dash.
we're not.
No.
At this point, going on the defensive doesn't feel like an option. You know, we just gotta go. 12.
With a 12, go ahead and roll me a d4.
Hey!
Ooh,
12,
okay,
huh?
there we go.
DC freaking 12.
Okay.
So when you were like
Whoa.
11, I was like, do I give it to him?
Probably should have, but like whatever.
4.
4. The meter will go up to 44. So you get a dash point, and now the finding meter is at 44
Okay.
of 50. Javi, you are up. Currently, only Chai has a dash point. Zell has -1. You and Talroth are sitting at 0. What would you like to do with your turn?
How far behind us is Sveb?
About 6 points away from you, close.
But like feet.
He's on the other side of the tree, so I would say within like 10 feet.
You guys ready? Okay.
Yeah.
We all see the writing on the wall, right? Well, okay. I'm not even gonna really get it started.
It's okay. No attachments. No attachments. No
Uh,
attachments.
I'm gonna hold an action for when Sveb gets within melee range of Javi. He's going to cast Thunder Wave.
'Kay.
So he's going to get down on one knee and kind of get his armor ready to go for a combat. And you're gonna just see him sit still.
Absolutely. So you get down and you start to brace yourself for when Sveb reaches around the corner for you to do a thunder punch. And with that, Talroth, you are up.
And then Javi will also say, as he gets down, he'll say, "Get clear!"
I mean, I feel like if we're planning on attacking, then it doesn't really matter if I successfully dash. So I am going to, seeing his ill will towards my friend in life, I am going to create traps in an attempt to trap Sveb where he is so he doesn't move into. Sorry.
Interesting. No, I like it. That's not what I thought you were going to do at all.
All right, go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Ooh, 17.
17 absolutely will pass. So roll me a d6 to see how much the detection meter raises by, but Sveb will lose his next turn.
4.
With a 4, you guys are sitting at 48 of 50 points. Doing great.
I'm sorry. I know that this is like...
No, I didn't even put
No,
together that it was like people you do.
Yes.
I know it is, but like, I didn't put together the like, we're
Talroth
being
doesn't
chased
care
by
about
his...
anybody.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Though, like
He doesn't have any attachments.
The person we're getting chased by, the bad guys.
Talroth, you cause this great hole in the tree roots right under where Sveb is about to step. Sveb falls into the tree bramble below and gets caught for the round. Zell, what would you like to do with your turn?
With Javi preparing to fight, Mason set the trap where none of us are close. This isn't like really in the rules, but let me know how you think it would work. I want to grab Moosey Moose, try to guide him over to Shrubby, run, take him, go, and maybe roll a sprint for them, a dash.
Thank you. sorry, I've just been over here cowering in fear. No, we can go. We can go. Yeah.
Look for the portal. We'll try to follow you.
Oh, okay.
The portal too gonna close. We may not
Soon.
have time to fight.
Have a whole combat.
Well, by the time it comes around to Javi's next turn, he'll realize fighting's not what we're doing here. He'll run. So
Can I take the dash
You
action?
can take
for
the
them?
dash action
What
for
I'm
them.
kind of trying to theme this as, I was thinking of how you were saying he was going to try to be hitting Moosey Moose,
Yes.
where I'm going to basically have them be ahead of me so that I can be taking the hits.
Okay.
So that he wouldn't be able to reach Moosey Moose without getting through me, basically.
I see.
Yep.
So
Um,
imposing yourself in front of Moose.
Yeah.
Moose. I understand. All right, go ahead and roll me a stealth check with disadvantage.
10.
10. Unfortunately, go ahead and roll me a d10.
9.
That will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Sveb, direwolf. And he will attack, but his turn is lost. He is caught in some bramble. He makes eye contact with Moosey Moose, and he says, Dinner for tomorrow, dinner for the next day. And with that, that is the end of Sveb's turn.
Cool friend.
That is the end of Sveb's turn.
You know
Chai, what would you like to do with your turn now?
What do we need to do? I know the portal's closing and we're still being chased. Well, at least Moosey Moose is. I'm not sure what to do.
We need to run. If we are in this memory when it collapses, we will be lost with it.
All right.
I'm unsure why I knelt down. I will continue to run now.
Yeah.
Take a regular dash action.
Yeah. So you run your movement speed, and you now have 2 dash points. You're halfway out of the forest.
Yeah, and then after he stands up, after hearing everybody talk, he'll dash towards the portal as well, in the same direction as everybody else.
Absolutely. So you make it 60 feet towards the portal. You are on your way out of the forest. Talroth, what would you like to do with your turn?
I will take the dash action, and then I will use my bonus action to Misty Step 30 feet closer.
Talroth, you are keeping step with Chai, as Chai was the first to get a dash point out of the forest. And Javi, you are close behind. Zell, you are still covered in a bit of camouflage, and you are going to have a harder time getting out of the forest. What would you like to do with your turn, Zell?
I'd like to take the normal run action, but I want to make it look like I'm sprinting.
Okay.
Like, I'm coming. Oh, stumbled. Oh, shucks. Stay a little bit behind, still trying to impose myself as somewhat of a barrier, and then take the dodge action.
Sveb is going to roll his attack against Moosey Moose. That is going to be a 15, will hit the Direwolf armor class. Zell, go ahead and roll me a d12.
2.
All right.
See, I'm rolling bad, but I'm also rolling bad when they need it.
Yes. So
Sveb will bring down his great axe on top of Moosey Moose. Moosey Moose will run out of the way. His leg gets nipped by this axe. Can't get away from me now. Not in this suit. Chai, what would you like to do with your turn?
Keep running.
Okay. You dash an additional.
Running.
You now technically are 3/4 of the way out of the forest. You see the forest edge on the horizon, and you see just past that the portal, which is slowly starting to close.
We need to hurry, guys. The portal looks like it's closing.
Javi, you are up.
How far away is the portal?
You are 2 of 4. You are halfway to the portal right now.
Before running,
Okay.
how far away is Moosey Moose from Javi's current location?
Moosey Moose is 1 of 4, so he's 30 feet behind, or 60 feet behind where you
60
are.
feet?
Yes.
Are you sure he's not 30 feet behind?
Actually, a direwolf speed is 50 feet.
Oh,
He's running 100 per. Moosey Moose actually would be next to you with a movement speed of 50.
Yes. Okay, so as they're running, he sees Moosey Moose nearby. He's going to reach one of his gauntlets out, and you'll see just like a little dart kind of come off of it, land on Moosey Moose's back, and kind of like platform out, and it will create like a little, there's like a little piece of technology almost attached to him, casting Sanctuary. Anytime anybody goes to attack him,
that is
it will
amazing.
emit a concussive force to distract them and make it difficult for them to land.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay. I love that.
And it's like, I want to flavor it like a dart almost. Like he just does like a...
Yeah, Moosey Moose doesn't even recognize the little ping that hits him on the side with your dart.
Hit him with Sanctuary and then take just 30 feet of movement towards the portal.
Wonderful. So you are currently 90 feet away. You are 1.5 dash actions away from getting out of this forest.
Okay.
And with that, Talroth, you are up. What would you like to do with your action?
I will take dash action again. Do I feel like if I concentrated, since this is my memory, I might be able to keep it open and like stable for longer for the others?
You would have the best chance of doing that.
Okay. I will run forward and use my Blessing of the Raven Queen this time as well. Be at the portal. And next round, I'm going to be trying to concentrate to
Keep it open.
keep it open for as long as possible.
Absolutely. So you make it outside into the forest clearing. Talroth, as you make it out of the forest clearing, go ahead and make me a investigation check.
14.
You see yourself as you make it out of this forest clearing. You see, Talroth, yourself talking to a human man in this goblin encampment about how he was supposed to have died over and over again, and how the Raven Queen has, for whatever reason, decided to let him live, but now it is his time to die. And you are remembering that you didn't kill this man on this day. And that will be the end of your turn. We'll come back around if we do. And with that,
If you're still alive.
with that, Danny, you are up. What would you like to do?
Zelbarath, realizing how far he's fallen behind, is going to dash, thinking of you took the split party at one point, so like Zelbarath will see a unique path for you to like catch up to everybody else or like reconvene with them without losing time. So I'll use my help action to make Chai! To your left, there's an opening.
Absolutely. So, Chai, you get the help action, which means that you can roll with advantage on your turn for whatever you decide to do. It is going to be Sveb's turn.
You have to make a wisdom saving throw before you can make an attack.
Absolutely.
Against
So he's going.
Moosey Moose.
Sveb is going to use his wisdom save to try and attack. That is a 3 on the dice, which will not pass.
Yes.
He will redirect his attack, but seeing that there are no other targets in the area, he will lose his attack.
Yeah, you'll see like the little dart, like the little platform that like formed out off of it and the little blinking light. As soon as he goes to make the attack, it'll just like pulse and emit like a concussion wave, and it'll make him miss.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
Sveb again swings down on Moosey Moose with his great axe, misses wildly. That is the end of Sveb's turn. Chai, you are up. You are 3/4 of the way out of this forest. If you took one more dash action, you could join with Talroth next to this portal.
Feeling a bit helpless, I'm going to dash, assumedly get to the portal.
Yes.
Outside of it with Talroth, and I'll just look back at Zell and Shrubby and Moosey Moose and Javi and just say, "Come on, guys, you're so close. You're almost there. Just a little bit further. Put your back into it." Just trying to be encouraging.
Love it. You make it to this portal. You're standing next to Talroth, who is focusing his energy on keeping this portal open, but also watching himself. Javi, you are up.
Okay, Javi is going to just feel warmth, all the encouragement, and dash.
So you dash, and you are able to make it to the portal, and you hear Sveb's start to fade into the background. You have now made it to this portal as well. Make me an investigation check.
23.
With a 23, you flip back around and you notice Talroth talking to one of the bosses.
Bosses?
One of the bosses.
Young Talroth?
Young Talroth. Memory Talroth talking to one of the bosses.
I think Javi will yell, "Talroth, be careful!"
As you turn and see Talroth next to you as well. But yes, you were able to shout out at Memory Talroth to be careful. Talroth, you are up.
I will look in startlement towards Javi. That is not me. It is an older version. And then I will close my eyes and just try to focus on keeping this memory going. My anchor for it will be reliving the conversation that I am having with the older gentleman, in my head, trying to recall it word for word.
Roll me an Arcana check with advantage as you hone in on this memory.
10.
With a 10, you are able to recall some of this conversation. Not a lot, but some of it for sure. So, you are talking to this man, this elderly man, about how all these problems that have been happening surrounding this elderly man have been caused by him eluding death and that he needs to die. And then he looks at you and you remember the warm hand on his shoulder, on your shoulder, as he looks at you and says,
I am not here to play God, but please do me one more favor and let me slide one last time.
Talroth, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
An 8.
Okay, you are going to take 8 points of psychic damage as this memory starts to shake around you, and something is going to slip into this memory. You remember feeling bad for this old man. However, you don't recall what the next sentence you were going to say was. The memory almost jostles as this earthquake is happening, and it seems that memory Talroth has a hiccup of a moment, and he seems to be on the old man's side at this point, and he says, "We can do this together. I have this amulet of the Raven Queen that will allow me to undo one of your events, and in this way, it will cause a new timeline, and, well, another one of you will basically come into existence. They're called Rift Wraiths. We'll kill this Rift Wraith that will create of you that doesn't have a soul, and then you can be saved." He presses a button, goes back in time. A second old man appears. Talroth comes back, stabs the old man in the chest. With that, Zell, you are up.
So Zell is going to take the charge action,
Okay.
which is the dash, but I'm going to shove Moosey Moose up to 10 feet closer to the portal.
Yes. You get to the edge of this forest clearing. You shove Moosey Moose closer to the memory portal. Zell, make me a medicine check.
So that's a nat 20 for a total of 20.
Absolutely. Zell, you push on the hind of Moosey Moose to try and shove him towards the portal, and as your hand glances up this direwolf's side, a small razor-thin incision, your finger is going to slip inside of, and as you redraw your hand from Moosey Moose, inside of Moosey Moose is Ichor. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw as you come into contact with this Ichor. With advantage, because you got a natural 20.
16.
With a 16, the voices in your mind subside. You will take 4 points of psychic damage as the voices seem to re-enter for a moment, repeating phrases of dark rituals over and over again, and then silence. It is going to be Sveb's turn. He's going to take the dash action, no longer able to get to Moosey Moose. That'll be the end of his turn. 6 rounds have passed. Talroth, you are able to keep this memory portal open through sheer willpower, but you feel as if this is the final round that you have in order to get through this memory portal. What would everyone like to do?
Should we hang out for a little bit?
Are we still going in order? Or are we open forum?
Open the floor, why not?
Because I think I can just hop through if you guys all just want to hop through. Zelbrath would be running behind all of you, like,
What are you waiting for? You guys are so slow. Let's get through.
I think Javi will look at Talroth, current Talroth, and just say, I understand. And then he'll walk through the portal.
Zell is booking it. Javi disappears through the portal. Chai, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna like usher everybody in through the portal. Like, all right, there's one, there's two, there's three. We're almost there. We're almost there. So I know that you go in, Javi.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to go in, Talroth?
Talroth isn't going in until Zella makes it.
Okay, so then you and I both are waiting for Zell to make it through. Does Zell make it through?
Zell, go ahead and make me a snap judgment check with advantage. Snap judgment is your investigation plus your dexterity.
Thank goodness.
Is it a natural one?
Every single
time, dude. I'm happy about that.
18. Oh, wow.
An 18. You turn around as you make it through this portal. Talroth and Chai, as Zell enters the portal, do you also make it through the portal?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The portal starts to close behind you.
I'd like to like run through, grab like both of their arms like on the way, pulling them through with me.
Yes, and you pull them through with you. And Zell, as you look back, pulling your friends through this memory portal, you look straight forward and you see Hugh Pinkerton talking to Talroth.
Just
and the
for,
memory
like, a
portal
second.
closes shut.
Wait, in the old memory?
In the
Yeah.
memory that you guys were just in.
The old man.
The old
Okay.
man
So
that
you knew him.
Zell was talking to
I knew him.
was Hugh Pinkerton, one of Zell's biggest
Interesting.
rivals in life, the person who Zell attributes to killing his son.
Oh, shoot.
Portal closes behind us though.
Portal
so
closes
we've, like,
behind you.
We're
Yes.
kind of in out of combat, I'm assuming.
Yes, you are now out of initiative. Moosey Moose and Shrubby make it through the portal as well, and you are all sitting around the deadened fireplace of Zell's old memory.
Oh, back into mine.
Yes.
Well, I'll just be breathing hard. That was Shrubby. Moosey Moose is wounded. He's got Ichor on him. And I'd like to
Oh no.
I'm assuming he's better than me, so help action. Shrubby do medicine check.
Shrubby gets a natural 15, will pass with your help action. Oh, Moosey Moose, are you okay, buddy? And Moosey Moose does not have his speak with animals collar on, cannot respond.
Sorry. Realization. It'll come up though.
Oh no, I forgot, Moosey Moose. We lost your collar. You can't even talk to me if you want to.
I'm sorry about that. It's unfortunate. But I'm sure we'll find it. Of course we will, won't we? As I'm like looking at Moosey Moose. And then I'm going to look to the party. I believe the reason Shrubby can see me is because I have made contact with the Ichor and failed a save. Just because I have made contact with the Ichor. Whereas I don't believe any of you have made direct contact, you with the covers of your armor.
I didn't believe it has touched my skin.
I believe that is what truly affects the barrier between your memory and your spirit, or your spirit and reality. I'm not sure quite where the memories fall between purely a mental memory and part of the reality.
Are you saying you think it'd be worth it if we made contact with the Ichor?
That's also what I was understanding.
More so just relaying that information. I believe it's probably best to avoid. It has quite negative effects. Shrubby seems to be struggling with it even more than I am. Probably just something to keep in mind for maybe worst case scenario, like you really need to interact with somebody in a memory who appears to be, I guess it's not everyone, but just those who have been affected by it.
Well, if you ever want me to try it, I'll try it. If you want to test your theory or anything.
I would say wait for somewhat of an emergency.
All right.
Well, we're back in my memory. We appear to be somewhat safe. Should I be trying to get us out of it?
I'm not entirely sure. I've never had an experience quite like this one before. I suppose it's up to us on where we want to go. Do you all wish to continue exploring your memories?
Do we need to return Shrubbery and Moosey Moose?
That may not be a bad idea.
If we get an opportunity to go back to one of my memories, I think we should swing by there to drop off Shrubby and Moosey Moose. But Talroth, from what you told us a while back, the astral plane has some sort of wisdom that is supposed to give us the portals we need to be in, right?
Correct.
So perhaps we have something to do here, but I don't really love the idea of us just tagging along with Shrubby and Moosey Moose to all these different places. I don't even know what the repercussions are from them not being in their proper memory.
I've never had traveling memories before. We will all have to see what happens. But I do think that getting back to a memory of yours, to return them to their proper place, would be keen.
Well, I'll keep my eye open for any special portal doors, I guess.
I know how to create portals back to the astral plane.
Yes.
I don't know how to create portals further into people's memories.
Roll me a intelligence saving throw.
Natural 20.
Chai's same memory portal opens in front of you. The same first memory that you all traversed through. The portal door opens in front of you. Shrubby says, he looks at Zell and he says, "Thanks for getting me back to my home. And thanks for getting me Moosey Moose. I really appreciate you, Zell."
Yes. I'm glad to be able to have helped. Last question. This might be a little awkward, but just, are you dead?
Oh, no. Are you dead?
Well, some people think I am.
Oh.
But I'm just curious. So you just ran into the Ichor, and then
Yeah.
you could see me.
Well, I could see you the whole time. I've known you.
All right.
Am I dead? Am I gonna go
I
back
was
there and have
curious.
some...
I don't actually know.
Oh my goodness.
So don't let me stress you out.
No, I wasn't stressed out
God.
before, but I'm a little stressed out now.
Don't let me stress you out. That's what you have? You just told somebody they might be dead.
If you ever need assistance again, I hope you can find me. I don't know how,
Absolutely. No, I'm pretty close to the other side.
but I bid thee well, and don't try to kill us later. That was farewell.
if I see you, Zell, I probably won't.
That's the most time travel-y thing to say, like, in the world. Just don't try to kill us when we next see you. Like,
It'll be okay. There's so much I want to ask him, but I'm like, we don't have time. He's got to get through his portal.
Yeah.
Zell, you send Shrubby and Moosey Moose into Chai's old memory portal, and it closes behind them. Everyone make me a snap judgment check.
I'm gonna say as well as the portal closes, well, if that wasn't a sign, then I don't know what is. So I'm glad they made their way back home.
9.
22.
22?
Dang.
Absolutely.
19.
19. Awesome.
6. I'm just flustered after that interaction. I'm like, I probably broke him. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, he's broken.
The therapy
Chai?
he'll require.
Chai and Javi, you both notice as Moosey Moose and Shrubby exit through this portal, and the portal closes behind it, a trail shaped as a paw print of Ichor leading through the portal, as it seems that you have allowed the monster to escape back into Chai's memory, and I believe that is where we're going to
right there.
end our session for the night. My name is Cade, the host
I was
and
gonna say,
Grin Reaper
I just did.
of this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure,
Oh.
and I'm joined here by the characters to my left.
Annoying.
By the deceived Chai.
Javi.
He kind of just told us too. Like it wasn't even deceived. Like we just.
Brooklyn
just
playing
like-
Chai.
I was like, I guess.
Alec Javi.
Mason playing Talroth.
Danny playing
flustered Zelbarath,
Who might be dead.
who may or may not be dead. Some people say
I don't want to stress you out.
allegedly.
I actually thought about it during that conversation, saying, allegedly.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope that some of you were able to pick up on some of my clues. Hopefully I didn't bury them in the text too much. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast episode, go on over to patreon.com/knocked and consider subscribing to any of our tiers. It truly helps keep our show running week after week. It helps us create beautiful stories for people just like you. And we hope that you remember when life knocks you flat on your back, all you got to do is keep rolling, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your afterlife. Goodbye.